Folks, we're getting ready to tip the ball off up, and it looks like it's going to be number 34, Logan Mills of the Huskies, going against the 6-foot senior Ethan Odell that can jump out of the rim. Folks, tell your friends once again, 957.com or 3ws957.com, or we're also simulcast on SCTV. We're excited to have them in the house. Coach, it's going to be a good game.
This is great. You can feel the electric in there. It feels like a sectional game.
I hear you. Good crowd as the upper bleachers are out. The Hornets from the Biddy Basketball League make their way over to the bit. The tip is up. Ethan Odell gets the tip back to Trey Stump. Trey Stump looks to bring the ball up. He dribbles ball top of the key over to Cole Brown. Cole Brown gets it over to Odell on the left side. Odell drives all the way to the rim, up on the rim, and good for Ethan Odell. I like that drive right there by Ethan Odell.
I like that.
All right, here comes the Huskies. Number 1, Donovan Brown gets the ball over to 5, Johnson. Johnson kicks it over to 11, Blake Fisher. Fisher gets it back to Brown. Brown kicks it inside to the big guy, Logan Mills. Logan Mills finds the ball on the block and scores 2 there. 2-2 score. 7:28 on a turning clock. Here comes Trey Stump. Brings the ball in over to Jackson Morrison, right side. Jackson dribbles into the paint. Gets tripped up. There's going to be a traveling violation on Jackson. As he didn't trip over his own feet, he looked like he tripped over a Husky foot.
Yeah, he got a little push in the back there, too. They may have got a good call there for them.
That turnover, first one on the night for the Grizzlies. 7:21 to go in the first quarter. 2-2 is the score. Here comes Donovan Brown, brings the ball into the front court, kicks it over to Johnson. Johnson gets it tipped away by Cole Brown, and it's picked back up by the Huskies. Donovan Brown looking as Jackson Morrison tight D on him. Brown kicks the ball as a little slip screen to the big guy, but turned over Grizzly basketball. Ethan Odell ends up with it, gets it to Jackson Morrison. Jackson gets it into the front court, dribbles right side, does a little mid-range jumper for Jackson. Good. I like that for Jackson Morrison too.
That's his range right there. Anything 8-10 feet. Nice shot.
4-2 is the score. Grizzlies on top. Here comes the Huskies. Donovan Brown drives the ball into the paint, gets the ball outside, kicks it up, no good. Rebounded by Cole Brown. Cole Brown on the motor. He's going to go all the way in, kick the ball inside to Landon Hanna. Landon Hanna finds himself in no man's land, kicks it out. Going to be a turnover on the Grizzlies as the big guy Logan Mills gets the ball up front to Brown. Brown kicks it outside to Riley Johnson. Johnson long three, no good. Rebounded by Hanna. Hanna's going to be on his horse and get all the way into the front court. Kicks the ball to Cole Brown on the left side. Ball's up and no good, but he's fouled by the Huskies.
We're very active this evening. It seems like we're maybe just a step quicker tonight in transition.
I like that. And Cole Brown want to end up at the free throw line where Cole Brown is, let's see here. He's a 60% free throw shooter. The first one up and good for Cole Brown. 6:16 to go. Grizzlies on top 5-2. That personal foul on the Huskies was on number 1, Donovan Brown. First one of the game, first for the quarter. Second free throw for Cole Brown up and good. 6-2 is the score. Grizzlies on top. Here comes the Huskies. Head coach Brett Rector calls out a play as Donovan Brown gets the ball top of the key, kicks it over left side to Fisher. Fisher gets it to Mills, does a little high ball screen for Mills, gets it down to Donovan Brown. Easy layup for Donovan Brown. Great ball movement there by the Huskies. Here comes the Grizzlies, leading 6-4. Gets the ball into the front court to Jackson Morrison. Kicks the ball left side to Cole Brown. Up top of the key to Ethan Odell. Ethan Odell back to Morrison. Jackson Morrison mid-range jumper, no good. Rebounded by the Huskies Brown. Here comes Donovan Brown, the ball handler for the Huskies. Gets it into the front court. Going to pop a long three. Up and good for Donovan Brown. That makes the score 7-6. 5:34 on the turning clock. Huskies on top. Here comes Trey Stump. Dribbles the ball into the front court. Kicks it our side to Jackson Morrison. Back to Stump. Stump over to Hanna. Hanna looks. Kicks it off top of the key to Odell. Odell looks on the left side. Gets it to Trey Stump. A long three for Trey Stump. No good. Rebounded, fought for. Picked up by the Huskies. Number 4, Wesley Miller. Miller gets it up front to Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson's waiting for a friend, and he doesn't look for one. He's going to do a little dipsy-do, dribbles the ball in, and it's going to be out of bounds off Johnson. It's great defense by Jackson.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Jackson. He had a great angle, and it just hit right off his leg.
Grizzlies down by 1, 7-6. Here comes Trey Stump crossing the timeline into the front court. Jackson Morrison gets the ball, dribbles all the way in front, into the paint. Right hand on the left side. That's why he didn't get that block by Mills. Great drive by Jackson.
He found the mismatch there, Brad, and took advantage of it.
Jackson's very active in this first quarter for the Grizzlies. 8-7, Grizzlies on top. Here's the Huskies. Donovan Brown, long three for him, and good. He knew it was good when he turned his back. That's his second one, if I remember right.
Yeah, he's in rhythm. We're going to have to get on him and deny him the basketball.
10-8 to score. Huskies on top. Cole Brown has the ball, gets it over to Jackson Morrison. He's going to do a long three, no good. Rebounded by the Huskies, Wesley Miller. Miller gets it back to Donovan Brown. Brown dribbles the ball into the front court. Left side, he looks. He's going to come back out to the top of the key, gets a high ball screen. Going to try that slip. It doesn't work this time. Grizzlies all over it. Mills has the ball out front, gets the ball to Fisher. Fisher drives into the bucket, no good. Rebounded by Miller. Miller puts the ball up and good. That's that second chance opportunity. It can't happen.
Yes, it is. They're getting way too many rebounds. Second and third opportunities.
Here comes Trey Stump into the front court. 12-8, Huskies on top. Landon Hanna has the ball out front. Foul and extended, gets it to Cole Brown, left side, long three for Cole Brown. And it's good. 3 points to Brown. 11's your score. Huskies on top, but this is a shootout in the first quarter.
Everybody's red hot, Brad.
3:36 to go on a turning clock. They get it the ball to Mills out front, and it's going to be a long three by Brown. No good. Rebounded by Stump. Trey Stump dribbles in the front court, doesn't bounce past to Hanna. Hanna over to Cole Brown. And Cole Brown's going to be charged for a traveling violation. The head coach, Brett Rector, wanted that call, and he got it.
Yes, he was calling for that one.
3:20 on a turning clock, 12-11, Huskies on top. Here comes Donovan Brown into the front court, gets the ball to Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson kicks it over to Fisher. Fisher back to Johnson. Johnson on the baseline, puts it up over the backboard, and that's another turnover on the Huskies. Johnson, as he thought he was pushed again. Johnson's not getting any love tonight.
Yeah, I think they missed a walk right there too, right in front of Coach Fitz.
3:05 to go, turning clock. Here comes Trey Stump crossing the timeline. Gets the ball near side to Morrison, over to Cole Brown. Cole Brown dribbles out top of the key, kicks the ball left side, or right side to Hanna. Over his head, out of bounds, turnovers on the Grizzlies.
That one went sailing on him. He think it was slipped out of his hands, Brad.
Yeah, I like the tight pass. It's just you got to go and bring it down.
It was a great look. He just overthrew it.
Yeah, swinging that ball from left side to right side. I think that's what you got to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, 12-11's your score. Here comes the Huskies. Donovan Brown looks back to Coach Rector for a play call. He gets it in. He dribbles, gets the ball over to Fisher. Fisher gets the top of the key to Mills. Mills gets it back to Johnson, back to Donovan Brown. He fumbles it. Here comes Brown, going to kick it over to number 11, Blake Fisher. Fisher's looking inside the Mills, and it's no good. That's great defense, interior defense by the Grizzlies.
Fantastic defense, and a little bit more assertiveness with Donovan Brown out there too, Brad.
Yeah, Mills is a big body, and he's going to come out as it's up and down basketball. He's going to take a break as number 20 enters Atkins. Here's the Grizzlies get the ball into Ethan Odell under the bucket, and good. Ethan Odell is an under-the-bucket machine.
That was a fantastic pass by Cole Brown also. Nice pass.
Great assist by the Grizzlies. They lead 13-12 is your score. Here comes the Huskies. Kyle Atkins gets the ball stolen away, and we're going to get a foul called on the Huskies as Cole Brown has in transition, and that looks like that foul is on number 4, Wesley Miller, and that's Wesley Miller's first foul, team second of the first quarter. 2:05 to go, or 2:09 to go. Grizzlies up 13-12. Here comes the Grizzlies. Landon Hanna has the ball right side. Brings the ball top of the key. Gets the foul line extended all the way down to the block. Up on the glass. No good. Rebounded by Hanna. Hanna gets his own rebound up and good. Great work there by Landon Hanna. That's what I call a stat build.
Never gave up right there. That's a great job by him.
15-12 is the score. Grizzlies on top. Here comes Donovan Brown. Kicks the ball left side to Blake Fisher. Back to Brown. Brown dribbles. Acts like he's going to dribble inside. Kicks the ball back out to Kyle Atkins. That's good defense by who?
Ethan Odell. There he is.
Ethan Odell, great defense, taking that charge of Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown's a great ball handler, but that's going to be 3 fouls on the Huskies this period. Here comes the Grizzlies. They get the ball into Trey Brogan, and it's out of bounds off the Grizzlies. It's going to be a turnover on the Grizzlies. It's going to be Herbert Hoover basketball. The scorekeeper goes over and tells Coach Rector that Brown has 2 fouls, and he said, "Can you take one out of the way?" All right, here's the Huskies. They get the ball out front. They get the ball to Riley Johnson. Kicks the ball up to Kyle Atkins. Kyle Atkins back to Fisher. Fisher loses the ball a little bit. Great defense by Trey Stump. All over Fisher. Fisher gets back all out front to Wesley Miller. Wesley Miller to Brown. Brown's dribbling. Going to look inside. Doesn't find anything. Kicks it far side to Riley Johnson. Long 3 for Riley. No good. Rebounded by Isaiah Minor. Isaiah Minor gets it up front to Landon Hanna up to Trey Brogan. Trey Brogan gets the ball up and good. 2 points for Trey Brogan. Good transition basketball there.
Nice look again. Nice look.
17-12 to score. 42 seconds on the turning clock. Here comes Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown gets the ball, a screen, gets the ball inside to number 20, Kyle Atkins, and that's going to be a foul on the Grizzlies. And that foul looks like it's on number 12, Landon Hanna. That's the first foul on Hanna, first foul on the Grizzlies.
I like the ball pressure, Brad. I think it's a game changer for us.
Donovan Brown inbounds the ball under his own bucket, kicks it out to Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson dribbles the top of the key, gets a ball screen by Atkins, gets the ball back to Brown. Brown's on the right side here, dribbles top of the key, slip screen by number 20, out Kyle Atkins, up on the glass, no good. Rebounded by Isaiah Minor. Isaiah Minor's a great rebounder too. We're limiting them to 1 shot.
Yes, we are.
All right, here comes the Grizzlies. Trey Stump looks to shoot from the logo, and he decides better, kicks the ball out to Jackson Morrison. 10 seconds to go. They're going to have 1 shot opportunity. So Jackson Morrison gets it over to Trey Brogan. He's going to get back to Stump. Stump's going to put the ball foul line, put the ball up on the glass, no good. And that's the end of the first quarter where your Grizzlies lead the Herbert Hoover Huskies 17-12, and we'll be back after 1 minute here on Lake Country 95.7. Grizzly Den, where your Grizzlies lead the Herbert Hoover Huskies 17-12. Brad Anderson and the coach Gary Whitney with you as it's going to be Herbert Hoover Husky basketball starting the second quarter. They get it into Brown. Brown's looking top of the key, dribbles left side, gets the ball midcourt to Mills. Mills does the high ball thing. He looks to get the ball back to Brown. Brown's up against Ethan Odell. Ethan Odell, great defense there against Mills. It's turnover Huskies. Here comes Trey Stump in transition. And we're going to get a kick ball as Trey Stump was looking on that right side for Jackson Morrison.
We are looking so active out there tonight, Brad. I like how we're playing, and it looks like Herbert Hoover's trying to learn to play without Hatfield.
Yeah, and you lose your leading scorer. I'm sure it's tough, but here comes the Grizzlies as Jackson Morrison looks to inbound that ball to Ethan Odell, knocked away by Blake Fisher of the Huskies. So here we go. Jackson Morrison looks to inbound the ball again, gets it out front to Trey Stump. Long 3 for Trey Stump. And it's nothing but net. 3-pointers for Trey Stump. 20-12 is your score. 7:20 on the turning clock, or 7:30 on the turning clock. Here comes the Huskies. Riley Johnson dribbles the ball, gets the ball screen by Mills, but he picks up his dribble, gets the ball over to Wesley Miller. Wesley Miller out top, does a slip to Brown. Brown gets the ball under the bucket, kicks it roundabout here to Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson gets it over to Miller. Miller back to Brown. Brown on the left side, going all the way on the baseline, up on the rim, no good. Rebounded by Cole Brown. Here comes Cole Brown on the move, and it's going to be given back to Morriston. Morriston gets it over to Odell. Odell's going to kick the ball back to Morriston. Mid-range jumper for Jackson. No good. Rebounded by the Huskies. As that ball double clutched up on the rim, and Ethan couldn't get it. Here comes Riley Johnson for the Huskies. Riley looks, drives right side all the way to the rim, up on the glass, and good. 2 points for Riley Johnson. That makes the score 20-14, 6:35 to go on the turning clock. Here comes the Grizzlies. Here comes Jackson Morriston, our side, near side. Kicks the ball out front to Trey Stump. Trey Stump gets a screen by Hannah. The ball's going to be off of the Huskies, out of bounds to the Grizzlies.
Well, we're doing a nice job. You know, they're Logan Mills. Their big is having to come out and guard Jackson, and then he's taking him out. He's dragging the big guy out to the foul line.
I like that. Grizzlies get the ball in. Jackson Morriston down on the block, kicks the ball back out front to Trey Stump, and that's going to be out of bounds off of the Grizzlies. Turnover for the Grizzlies, 6:20 to go as Isaiah Minor enters the game for Jackson. 20-14 is your score. Grizzlies on top. As here comes the Herbert Hoover Huskies. Donovan Brown gets the ball into the front court, kicks it far side to Blake Fisher. Blake Fisher to Mills. Mills gets it up front. As he gets that ball out front, he looks to pass it down under.
Yes, he does. They like the back cuts.
Yep, here comes Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson's looking to get that ball down to Mills, and it's going to be a foul on the Grizzlies as Mills is really working hard down there.
He is. He really is. Fouling Cole Brown. He just got hung up on the big.
Foul against the Grizzlies. Herbert Hoover Huskies. Donovan Brown going to inbound the ball under his own bucket. He looks to get the ball in, and he finds Mills right under the buckets up against Minor. And Mills gets a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play, coach, as Mills really got that ball deep.
Yeah, Isaiah let him push him under to the rim, and he just had nowhere to go unless he jumped up and hit the head on the rim. So it's a really, really nice play by Logan Mills.
So Logan Mills gets a first throw opportunity up on the rim and no good. 20-16 remains the score. Here comes the Grizzlies. Landon Hannah gets the ball left side here to Stump. Trey Stump drives all the way to the rim, up on the glass, no good. Rebounded by Minor. Minor gets the ball up on the glass, no good. Minor working hard again, gets another rebound, no good. 3 opportunities there for Minor, and he couldn't get it. As the Huskies throw the ball over to the broadcast booth, they was wanting the left to play.
Yeah, I think I didn't even see the ball coming, Brad. Didn't even see it.
Turnover on the Huskies, 20-16, 5:37 to go on the turning clock. Here comes the Grizzlies. Cole Brown, left side, kicks the ball to the center to Ethan Odell. Foul line extended, drives the ball right down the block, no good. Rebounded by the Huskies, Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown's on his horse, kicks the ball right side to Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson looks to drive and up on the glass, no good, but he's fouled.
You know, not a bad foul by Cole. He was going to score right there, so this forced him to go to the foul line and make 2.
And that foul was on who?
Cole Brown.
Cole Brown, as that's going to put number 5 Johnson at the free throw line, where he's a 75% free throw shooter on the year. As Johnson's first free throw up and no good.
Brad, they do not have an answer for the strength of Ethan Odell down here on the offensive end. So look for Ethan and Isaiah. Well, Isaiah just went out, but look for Ethan and Jackson to do some damage down here on the offensive end.
Oh, I agree with you. They've got that ball up at the block or the corner of the foul line and drove down to the bucket anytime they want.
Absolutely. Mills has not left the floor either, Brad, so he's getting tired.
Riley Johnson's second free throw up and good. That makes the score 20-17, 5:20 on a turning clock. Here comes the Grizzlies. Trey Stump kicks the ball right side to Ethan Odell. Ethan Odell dribbles, chops the key over to left side to Morriston. Jackson kicks it back to Odell. Odell to Stump. Stump driving into the foul line, kicks the ball. Oh no, he's going to shoot it. Up on the rim, no good, and that's a push off by Odell, but he gets the ball back. It's no good. Here comes the Huskies. The Huskies, Donovan Brown dribbles into the paint, kicks the ball over to number 11, Blake Fisher. Back to Donovan Brown. Grizzly Goons give him a little what for not. As Donovan Brown looks to drive all the way into the paint, up on the glass, and good for Donovan Brown. And he's got his head hurt. Is 4:43 on a stop clock. That makes the score 20-19 as the head coach, Breck Rector, for the Herbert Hoover Huskies wanted a foul on the Grizzlies against Donovan Brown, coach.
Yeah, we may have got away with one there. He did take a hit to the head and hit the wall pretty hard. Coach Rector was not wanting to go out and assist him off the floor because he knew he'd have to take him off the floor. So I'm glad he's okay. He's up walking. He looks to be okay. Shaking the cobwebs out. There again, I like the activity by Ethan Odell down here on the offensive end. Let's go to him.
Oh, I agree with you. Is they did not make Donovan Brown to come out.
Coach Fitz is saying he has to come out, and he should.
Is Donovan Brown.
He should.
Yeah, if they come on the floor to
absolutely.
see him.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I hope to get us sitting here watching the SCTV broadcast. So the official giving the official scorekeeper Glenn Tyree an explanation, and he does have to exit the game, and that means number 3, Sam Key, will enter the game for the Huskies. All right, 20-19 is the score. 4:40 on a turning clock. Here's Trey Stump, enters the front court, looking to pass to a friend, and he passes it to Ethan Odell, right side. It gives it to Landon Hanna. Landon Hanna looks, gets it to Trey Stump on a little screen. Trey Stump on the glass, no good. Rebounded by number 34, Mills. Mills gets it back to Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson's a point guard now. A long 3 for Riley Johnson, no good. Rebounded by Mills. Mills gets the ball back to Johnson. Johnson resets. Is here going to get a timeout by head coach Brett Rector, and we're going to get a 30-second timeout. We'll be back after 30 seconds here on Lake Country 95.7. With Brad Anderson and the coach Gary Withy, where the score, your Grizzlies on top 20-19 over the Huskies of Herbert Hoover. Herbert Hoover inbounds the ball after a quick 30-second timeout by Brett Rector, and that was to get Donovan Brown back in the game.
Absolutely. You notice we went big too with Isaiah, Odell, and Jackson in the ball game.
Here comes Donovan Brown as he re-enters the game. Gets the ball right side to Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson looks, kicks it over to Sam Key. Sam Key gets back to Brown, back to Key. Key looks under the bucket to his friend, and it's going to be a long 3 by Riley Johnson. No good. Rebounded by Sam Key. Key gets it back to Brown. Long 2-pointer by Brown. And Donovan Brown gets 2 points there, as that makes the Huskies on top. 21-20 is the score. Here comes the Grizzlies. Jackson Morrison kicks it to the left side to Ethan Odell. Ethan Odell dribbles across the key. Gets it to Landon Hanna. No good, and it's out of bounds off of the Huskies. Going to be Grizzly ball under their own bucket. Jackson Morrison looks to inbound. Jackson's looking, gets the ball to Isaiah Minor, and we're going to get a push foul as Ethan Odell got pushed down by number 3, Sam Key.
A good foul because Isaiah was going to score right there.
Same inbound position for Jackson Morrison. Jackson looks to inbound the ball. Gets it to Trey Stump. Trey Stump dribbles the ball, foul line extended, gets up on the rim, no good. Rebounded by Key for the Huskies. Gets it over to Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown crosses the timeline. Gets it to the 3-point line, just inside. Long 2-pointer for Donovan Brown. Coach, Donovan Brown's a shooter.
He's in rhythm. He's in rhythm. We've got to knock him off rhythm and deny him the basketball. 23-20 is the score. 3:10 on a turning clock. Gets it. Here's Odell. Dribbles all the way left side into the rim. No good. Rebounded by Jackson Morrison. Jackson Morrison puts the ball up. Good. Good rebound by Jackson. Good 2-pointer. That backside rebounding is so important right there.
Jackson with 2 points. They touch the lead to 1. 23-22. Huskies on top. Here comes the Huskies. They get the ball top of the key. They get it to Brown. Brown right left side. Brown's kicking the ball. Long 3 for Brown. No good. Rebounded by Landon Hanna. Landon Hanna gets it back to Jackson. Jackson Morrison dribbles the ball up across the timeline.
Even Brown's misses look good, Brian.
I know. Jackson gets to the Trey Stump. Trey Stump shoots one from the logo. No good. Rebounded by Isaiah Minor. Isaiah Minor gets it back to Trey Stump, and you're going to get a walking violation on Trey Stump here.
Yeah, that was a good call. Good call. He just his feet just got ahead of him there.
23 to 22 is the score. Huskies on top. 2:25 to go. Here comes Donovan Brown for the Huskies, and you can tell it all runs through him.
It sure does.
Donovan kicks the ball over to Key. Key gets the ball underneath. They kick it back out front to number 11, Blake Fisher. Blake Fisher for a long three. That extends the lead, 26-22 to the Huskies. Here comes the Grizzlies. Grizzlies, Ethan Odell, right side. Dribbles the ball down the block, kicks it back out to Minor. Minor over to Landon Hanna. Hanna back to Morriston. Morriston dribbles the ball to the foul line, kicks it out front to Trey Stump. Trey Stump left side to Landon Hanna. Landon Hanna drives the baseline. Look to find a cutting Minor, nobody there. Here comes the Huskies. Here comes Riley Johnson up on the rim, no good. Rebounded by Ethan Odell. Strong rebound by Ethan Odell.
There's that strength. He's the strongest player out there right now, Brad. We need to keep him in the basketball game.
Absolutely. And here comes Trey Brogan entering the game for Landon Hanna. We got Hanna, Brogan, Minor, Trey Stump, and Morriston in the game for the Grizzlies as Stump brings the ball across the timeline, gets it over to Brogan. Brogan out front to Jackson Morriston. Morriston right side to Odell. Odell under the block to Minor. Minor gets it back to Odell. A long two for Odell, no good. Rebounded by Donovan Brown. Here comes the Huskies quickly. Donovan Brown kicks the ball underneath to Wesley Miller. Wesley Miller gets it back out there. I can't see who. Oh, here we go. We got Key out front there. A long three for Key. No good. Rebounded by Isaiah Minor. And we got a equipment failure.
Blown tire.
A blown tire, an equipment failure on Ethan Odell, as that's going to bring Landon Hanna back into the game. 109 to go on a turning clock. Grizzlies down by 4. Here comes the Grizzlies. They get the ball left side to Hanna. Keep the ball out front to Stump. Get a screen by Brogan. Stump kicks the ball top of the key to Jackson Morrison. Jackson going to drive into the paint. Puts the ball up on the glass, no good. Rebounded by the Huskies. Here comes the Huskies, Donovan Brown. Good bounce pass there for the Huskies. Long three up on the rim and good for Sam Key. That's going to be a long three-pointer for the guy to come off the bench right there, Coach.
Yes, he did. He was a late inner on my feet.
29-22 is the score. Here's the Grizzlies in the front court. Gets the ball to Trey Stump. Trey Stump's going to turn around. Jumper, no good. Rebounded by Hanna. Hanna just flips the ball up. Good rebound by Landon Hanna. He seen he was going to walk with the ball, put the ball up on the glass, and it went in.
Yes, it did.
29-24 is the score. Here's the Huskies. Donovan Brown dribbles the ball into the front court. Going up against Trey Stump. Kicks the ball over to Key. Key kicks the ball inside to Wesley Miller. Wesley Miller tries to drive it, and that's a block by Isaiah Minor. All right, here's Brown for a long three, and it's good at the half. A long three-pointer by Donovan Brown, Coach. And that's going to do it for the first half of basketball with your score, 32-24. The Huskies on top. We'll be back in 3 minutes on the Northside Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat halftime show. We're going to go over some stats and keys to the second half of the game. You're listening to Grizzly Basketball on Lake Country 95.7. halftime, where your score is 32-24. My name's Brad Anderson, also the coach, Gary Withy, with you. And, you know, Coach, this is the Northside Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat halftime show, but what a terrific first half of basketball.
That was a fantastic game, and it's been all Donovan Brown. I mean, he's been red hot. We've thrown the whole kitchen at him and the kitchen sink, Brad. I think everybody on the team has guarded him at some point in time during that first half. He had 19 during the first half and led the way. Wesley Miller had 2 for them, Riley Johnson 3, Blake Fisher 3, Logan Mills 2, Sankey had 3. So it's been all Donovan Brown, but he is shooting very, very well. On our side, Ethan Odell had 4, Trey Stump 3, Cole Brown 5, Landon Hanna 4, and Trey Brogan 2, and then Jackson Morrison had 6. So very well balanced scoring there on the Nicholas side.
Yeah, I like the aspect of 6 different Grizzlies in the scorebook for them. And like you say, good balanced scoring. And once again, Coach, I think if you're both coaches, I think the Grizzlies, you got to be happy with the way that first half of basketball went. You had very few turnovers. You limited their opportunities on the rim to one the majority of the game. And, you know, once again, no turnovers. It just was they caught fire in Donovan Brown, and that's something that I'm sure that we're going to get fixed and come out halftime.
Yeah, you know, Coach Fitz is in there saying, guys, we're only down 8. And I don't know what their percentage is, Brad, but it is extremely high. They were not missing shots. They were making everything. And let's say they were very well defended, too. He made some very difficult shots. The last one was a circus shot, fall away from about 23. You know, it's hard to defend that.
Yeah, I mean, that last shot was the only one I can remember that you know, was, and it wasn't even considered a bad shot because it was at the end of the half with the time running out. But Donovan Brown's took his shots in rhythm, too. He's actually shot the ball very well tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you can tell, you know, with Hatfield out, he's been told that, hey, Donovan, you need to shoot the basketball tonight. And, you know, give the Grizzlies credit. I thought they played pretty well. I mean, you just held Herbert Hoover to 32 points. That's not a bad half. Not
Absolutely.
a bad half at all.
Absolutely. And then, like I say, they stayed on the defense in front of them. Is the majority of those points for Herbert Hoover come from the outside areas. I mean, you look at how many three-pointers did Herbert Hoover have?
Yeah, I mean, they shot the ball extremely well. You know, it's amazing. They had 2, 3, 4, 5. They had, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are totals here, but yeah, they had 4, but, you know, several of those were just a step inside the arc.
Yep. So, yeah, good outside shooting for the Huskies. Folks, you're listening to the Northside Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat halftime show. We're going to be back after 2 minutes, and we're going to give you our keys to the second half of this game, where the Grizzlies trail the Herbert Hoover Huskies 32-24, and you're listening to Lake Country 95.7. Here where the Herbert Hoover Huskies lead the Nicholas Grizzlies 32-24. Folks, you're listening to the Northside Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat halftime show. Coach Withy, we give our second half keys of the game, and I'll let you go first.
I think it's simple for me. I think on the offensive end, outside of a couple possessions where Isaiah Minor got like 3 or 4 rebounds in one possession, we did not rebound the basketball on the offensive end. We had 3 bigs in the game several times, and it looked like 2 of them were outside the arc when the ball was going up. So I feel we need to send more people to the glass on the offensive end and get some second and third opportunities offensively.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a little bit of havoc. Maybe try to keep that ball out of Donovan Brown's hands. Maybe easier said than done, but look for the Grizzlies to really pressure up their defense here. I think their defense, they didn't really intensify it, but look for them to intensify their defense here in the second half.
Yeah, they're working for him too, Brad. I mean, everybody's screening for him, so we're having to switch. So that's the reason you're seeing everybody guarding him right now, because we're having to switch on all those screens.
Folks, we're going to go right into third quarter action where the score once again 32-24. Grizzlies going to get the ball inbound to Trey Stump. Long 3, no good. Rebounded by Ethan Odell. There you talk about that offensive glass. Ethan Odell gets it over to Jackson Morriston. He drives into the paint, and he's going to be fouled by the Herbert Hoover Huskies.
That's what I was talking about. That offensive rebounding is big, and that backside, Ethan Odell flexed his muscles a little bit there.
That foul called on the floor as the Grizzlies get to inbound the ball, and then Jackson Morriston looks to inbound, and he's going to get it into Ethan Odell. Ethan Odell gets the ball up, no good, blocked out of bounds by the Huskies. Stays with the Grizzlies. Jackson Morriston inbounding from the same spot. He looks to do the same thing, gets the ball into Odell, and they're going to get another foul on the Huskies. That's going to be on number 11, Blake Fisher.
His size and strength right now is a real problem for the Huskies.
Yeah, Jackson, third inbound in a row from that same spot. Kicks the ball left side to Landon Hanna. Long 3 for Landon, no good. Rebounded by Riley Johnson for the Huskies. Here comes the Huskies. Riley wanted to dribble the ball up, and he said, Donovan Brown was back there say, hey, I'm still in the game. So Donovan gets the ball back. Gets the ball back to Johnson. Johnson kicks it over here to us and gets it over to Brown. Donovan dribbles top of the key, flip screen 4. Mills gets the ball way under the basket. And Logan Mills, easy 2 points there.
Little pick and roll right there.
Yeah, that's a great play call, and that's not the first time they've run that. That extends the score to 34-24. Huskies on top. Here comes the Grizzlies. Cole Brown gets it over to Hanna. Hanna gets the top of the key to Morriston. Jackson looks, gets it over right side to Odell. Back to Landon Hanna. Hanna dribbles in, kicks the ball left side to Jackson Morriston. Long 2, no good. Rebounded by the Huskies. Here comes Donovan Brown. Gets the ball in the front court to Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson gets it back to Brown. Brown dribbles top of the key, foul line extended. Slips it down to Mills, but he had bus there. And it's too late to take the bus, Coach.
Okay, Brad. We're throwing everybody at Donovan Brown, and we're forgetting about the roll, so we're gonna have to make some adjustments there.
Yeah, Grizzlies ball, long 3 by Cole Brown, no good. Rebounded by the Huskies. Let's intensify that defense, maybe get out on them. Here we go. Here's Jackson Morriston up against Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown is going to get a screen. Nope. But Mills is going to scroll down, and he just rolls over Ethan Odell. And it's going to be a drive by number 5, Riley Johnson, and that's going to be a drive on Ethan Odell, and Ethan Odell's going to have the foul on him.
Yeah, I felt they missed one there. I thought that Mills ran right over Odell earlier there, but
I had my Grizzly goggles on, and I seen the same thing. As that sends Johnson to the free throw line, where he once again is a 75% free throw shooter, and this is the front end of a 2-shot foul. 6:27, stop the clock. 34-24 is your score. Riley Johnson looks for the second free throw up on the rim and good. 35-24 is the score. Here comes the Grizzlies. Trey Stump gets the ball quickly in the front court to Jackson Morrison. Jackson Morrison drives into the paint. Kicks the ball left side to Hanna. Hanna gets it underneath to Ethan Odell. Ethan Odell drives in the paint and up on the glass. No good. Rebounded by the Huskies. Here comes the Huskies' Brown. Brown dribbles the ball into the front court all the way into the paint. Brown up on the glass. No good. And we're going to get a late foul call on the Grizzlies. And that foul's on who, Coach?
Landon Hanna, late foul.
That was a late foul, and that's going to send Donovan Brown to the free throw line, where he's a 67% free throw shooter. 2 shots for Donovan Brown. First free throw up and good. As Isaiah Minor enters the game for Ethan Odell. Donovan Brown looks for the second free throw opportunity here. Second free throw up and good. That makes the lead 37-24 for the Huskies. Here comes the Grizzlies. Trey Stump dribbles the ball across the timeline, gets it in front court to Morriston. Morriston looks back to Stump. Stump a long 3. And good for Trey Stump. And that's almost from the low ball.
That was much needed. We needed to stop that run.
10-point lead for the Huskies, 37-27. Here comes Brown into the front court. Kicks the ball right side to Mills. Mills looks, and he's going to look for number 11 and Blake Fisher. Blake Fisher back to Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown kicks it at the top of the key to Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson, a long 3 up on the rim, no good. Rebounded by Trey Stump. Here comes the Grizzlies. Trey Stump looks into the front court. Dribbles the ball across the volleyball line. Gets it over the left side to Cole Brown. Cole Brown into the paint to Isaiah Minor. Isaiah Minor kicks the top of the key to Morriston. Morriston dribbles, foul line extended, kicks the ball out to Landon Hanna. Hanna drives all the way into the paint, does a stop-step. Here gets it to Minor. Minor dribbles into the paint. Minor kicks the ball out to Hanna. Hanna drives baseline. Hanna's going to drive into the paint. No good, but he's going to be fouled by the Huskies.
Nice take right there by Landon. It looked like our offense was kind of stalemate right there, and we just weren't on moving the real well. But I think we got to find Trey. I think Trey's got the hot hand right now. Let's find him and let's get him free.
And that foul's on number 34, Logan Mills of the Huskies, and it sends Landon Hanna to the free throw line, where he's a 52% free throw shooter, makes the first one. Cuts the lead to 9. Landon Hanna with an opportunity to cut it to 8. Second free throw up and no good. Rebounded by Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown dribbles the ball up into the front court. Kicks the ball left side here to Blake Fisher. Blake Fisher kicks the ball underneath to Mills. Mills back outside to, I can't even see who that is, coach, but that kicks it to Johnson. Johnson shoots the ball, no good. Rebounded by the Grizzlies. Here comes Cole Brown. Cole Brown right side to Trey Stump. Trey Stump kicks it underneath to Isaiah Minor, and we're going to get Minor to Hanna. Minor just grabbed that ball away, gets it to Landon Hanna, 2 easy points. Great assist by Isaiah Minor.
Great effort by Isaiah. Great effort.
That cuts the lead 37-30. Hoover on top, but the Grizzlies making a comeback here. Here's the Huskies out front. Big guy, Logan Mills, gets the ball. Going to cut it into Donovan Brown. Bad pass, and it's going to be turned over by the Huskies. Jackson Morriston ends up with the ball, and he says, I'll bring it up, take your time. Jackson dribbles the ball across the timeline. Gets it over right side to Cole Brown to Landon Hanna. Landon Hanna drives on the baseline. Puts the ball up on the rim, no good. Rebounded by Isaiah Minor. Isaiah Minor up on the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Huskies, but we're going to get a foul against the Huskies. Is this another foul?
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Landon Hanna and Isaiah Minor are really fighting on the glass right there. Isaiah Minor did a terrific job on the offensive end. That's great effort.
That foul's on number 4, Wesley Miller. Team's 4th foul is you shoot free throws after 5. We get the ball in to Landon Hanna up on the glass, no good. Rebounded by Donovan Brown. 4:03 on a turning clock. Grizzlies down 37-30. Here comes Donovan Brown, kicks the ball left side to Blake Fisher, back to Brown. Brown gets the ball, dribbles into the paint, and it's going to be a push, offensive push foul on number 4. Wesley Miller, and that's 2 fouls in a row on Wesley Miller.
Yeah, he's done that 3 or 4 times and got away with it, and he could not get away from that because it was out in the open.
3:52, turning clock. Here comes Trey Stump crossing the timeline. Grizzlies down 37-30. Gets the ball to Jackson Morriston over to Landon Hanna near side. Landon Hanna looks top of the key to Cole Brown. Cole Brown's going to look, and he's going to pop. Cole Brown long 3, no good. Rebounded by the Huskies. Here comes the Huskies, Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown looks both ways, left side, looks right side. Going to dribble against Trey Stump. Gets a screen. Donovan Brown all the way to the rim, no good. Rebounded by Isaiah Minor. And that was a tough one there. It's 2 Grizzlies fighting over that basketball.
Yeah, unfortunately, great effort. I'm not going to be upset with that effort right there.
Absolutely not. Donovan Brown inbounds the ball. Looks to get it to Blake Fisher. Blake Fisher under the rim. And good inbound play for the Huskies as Blake Fisher, the recipient of that Donovan Brown pass. 39-30 is the score. Huskies on top. Here's the Grizzlies in the front court. Kicks the ball underneath to Landon Hanna. Landon Hanna does a pump fake and gets caught. And he's going to be He's going to kick it out to Jackson Morriston. Jackson Morriston gets it to Isaiah Minor, back to Morriston. They wanted something. They wanted a travel.
They wanted 3 seconds.
A 3-second call, a tie-up, a alternate. They wanted something.
Yeah, we were in there for about 8 seconds.
All right, Jackson Morriston gets the ball into the paint, and it's going to be up on the rim, and no good. There's going to be a foul called on the floor here. And that foul's going to be on number 3, Sam Key. And that's the 5th foul on the Huskies, as that will send Jackson Morriston to the free throw line, where he's a 53% free throw shooter, 8 of 15 on the year. Poppy, can you help him with that?
Yeah, he just needs to put it in. Needs to put it in.
Just bend your knees. Well, I want him to bend his knees here.
Just put it in.
He didn't bend his knees.
It's good. It's out.
All right, first free throw for Jackson, up and no good.
Come on, Jack.
We're coaching over here.
Come on, Jack. You got this. You got this.
39-30 is the score. 2:53 on a stop clock. Jackson Morriston at the line for the second free throw here for the Grizzlies. Second free throw up and good. That makes the score 39-31. Hoover on top. Here comes Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown in his pink shoes, dribble across the timeline, gets it over to the red shoes of Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson dribbles right side, kicks the ball back out to Miller. Miller back to Key. Key gets it to Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown dribbles top the Key. Dipsy Doos back to Key. Long three-pointer near side for Key, no good. Rebounded by Jackson Morriston. Great rebound there. Kicks the ball up front to the front court to Cole Brown. Back to Morrison. Back to Trey Stump. Trey Stump pump fakes. Gets the ball right inside. No good. Rebounded by the Huskies. Here comes the Huskies on the move. Donovan Brown dribbles the ball into the front court. He's up against Trey Stump. Donovan Brown dribbles left side, kicks the ball back out front to Sam Key. Sam Key has the ball up near the volleyball line, kicks it back to Donovan Brown. And this official is a great screen for me as he's kicking it over to Blake Fisher. Blake Fisher dribbling against Morriston, kicks the ball left side to Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson, mid-range jumper up on the rim, no good. Rebounded by number 4, Wesley Miller. Miller kicks it back out to Donovan Brown. He shoots the ball, and that's no good. And that's going to be a foul on the Grizzlies. Ethan Odell, and that's a shooting foul on the Grizzlies, as that's going to send Donovan Brown to the free throw line, where he's a 67% free throw shooter.
Trace pleading his case. He got fouled down the other end. They didn't call, and they really missed that one. And Trace said, I just did to him what he did to me down there.
Donovan Brown's first free throw up and good. That is Ethan Odell's second foul, by the way. Team's third of the third quarter. 40-31. Donovan Brown's second free throw up and good. That makes the score 41-31. 10-point lead for the Huskies. Here comes the Grizzlies. Trey Stump dribbles the ball across the timeline, gets it into the front court, kicks it over to Morriston. Morriston to Odell. Odell looks back to Cole Brown. Cole Brown loses the ball, gets the ball starting over the Huskies. Here comes Blake Fisher. Blake Fisher kicks the ball back out to Donovan Brown. Long three for Donovan Brown, no good. Rebounded by Stump. Here comes Stump. Stump and Minor into the front court. Trey Stump's going to dribble the ball and be fouled from behind by the Huskies. The Grizzly Goons are letting them know you can't do that.
Yeah, I liked how Trey was pushing it right there. He had a nice 2-on-2, and he made a nice hesitation move that drew that foul. So nice move by Trey.
Yep, Trey Stump goes to the free throw line, where he is a 68% free throw shooter. First free throw for Trey Stump, up and good. That cuts the deficit to 9. Huskies on top, 41-32. 1:26 on a stop clock in the third quarter. Trey Stump gets the ball for a second free throw.
He's finding rhythm, Brad. I think we need to find him. He's going to have to hit a couple threes for us here.
Absolutely. Trey Stump does make the second free throw, cuts the deficit to 8. Here's the Grizzlies. They look to get a defensive stop here. Herbert Hoover gets the ball in the front court. They get it over to Wesley Miller. Miller drives the ball in, no good. Blocked out of bounds by Isaiah Minor. Good defense there for the Grizzlies.
Great help defense. They were going to definitely deny that, and the defense on Brown has been fantastic in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, Donovan's really held scoring just from the free throw line, I think so.
Yes, you're correct.
Long three by Riley Johnson. It's good on an inbound play. Herbert Hoover really good on inbound plays.
Yes, they are.
That makes the lead 44-33. Here comes the Grizzlies. Cole Brown gets the ball into the middle to the foul line to Ethan Odell. Ethan Odell up on the glass and good. Good drive there by Ethan Odell.
Great take.
50 seconds to go on a turning clock. Grizzlies down 44-35. Here comes the Huskies. Huskies get the ball, foul line extended over to Miller. Miller kicks the ball to Key. Key back to number 5 and Riley Johnson, no good. Rebounded by the Grizzlies. Here's the Grizzlies' Cole Brown. Cole Brown looks to go up front, but he thinks otherwise. Gets the ball to Morriston. Morriston back to Odo. Odo on the baseline. Drives the ball in. No good. And that's knocked out of bounds by the Huskies, as head coach Brett Rector wanted a walk there on Odell, but the Grizzlies retain possession of the ball. Here comes Jackson Morriston. Jackson Morriston looks to inbound, and it's going to be a bowl over by number 3.
They're going to get Logan Mills on that one.
That foul's on number 3, Sam Key.
Yes.
That's his 3rd foul. That's going to send Ethan Odell to the line, where Ethan Odell is a 58% free throw shooter. 24.9 seconds. Coach, you get as the Huskies did get in foul situations, you can score here from the free throw line.
Yeah, absolutely. And, this is big. If we can get this to a 6 or 7 point lead, it sets up a nice 4th quarter.
Ethan Odell makes the first free throw. Makes the score 44-36. Ethan Odell's 2nd free throw up and no good. Rebounded by Sam Key. Sam Key looks to get the ball back to Donovan Brown. He does so, as head coach Rector says, go easy, we want the last shot. 15 seconds to go, turning clock. Here comes Donovan Brown. Gets the ball over near side here to Blake Fisher, and we're going to get a blocking foul on the Wizards. We're inbound the ball right in front of our broadcast station. That foul on Jackson Morriston. 10 seconds to go. There's Jackson's really tough defense there. They get the ball into Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown dribbles against Trey Stump. Donovan Brown all the way on the rim, no good. And that's going to be a foul on number 15 for the Grizzlies. Isaiah Minor, the official says, as that's going to put Donovan Brown back at the free throw line. 3.7 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. They're wiping up some sweat down here, Coach.
That was a great take. They spread us out and then let Donovan Brown go to work. And, his quickness is really tough to handle right now.
I was just going to say, he is quick.
He is.
As Donovan Brown gets 2 free throw opportunities. The first one up and good. That makes the lead for the Huskies 45-36. Second free throw for Donovan Brown up and no good. Rebounded by Minor. Minor gets it to Trey Stump. Trey Stump, long 3, no good. As Trey Stump is going to push off there. And that being said, that's the end of the 3rd quarter. The Huskies are 45-36. Folks, we'll be back in 1 minute here on Lake Country 95.7. Score is 45-36, and this is the start of the 4th quarter. Coach, a little bit of fireworks there at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Well, what do you? That's what you expect in a game like this. it's a great basketball game, nice little rivalry, and I like the spirit of the kids. I thought the officials did a nice job right there.
A Region 3, Section 2 matchup. It tells you how important it is. All right, here's the Herbert Hoover Huskies. They get the ball to Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown dribbles against Trey Stump. Gets to the foul line, kicks the ball out to Blake Fisher. Blake Fisher keeps the ball on the near side. Gets it over, he's in the trap. Gets it out front here to Key. Key back to Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown kicks it right side to Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson looks to Key. Gets it back to Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown up in front. He's dribbling along the baseline against Odell. Kicks the ball far side over here to number 5, Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson up on the glass, no good. Rebounded by Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown dribbles the ball over the paint. Gets a little floater up. 2 points for Donovan Brown. That's that second chance opportunity.
Yes, it is.
7:18 to go on a turning clock. Herbert Hoover up 47-36. Here's the Grizzlies. Bring the ball in the front court to Cole Brown. Cole Brown kicks it underneath the Miner. Miner looks, gets it back out to Brown. Brown a long 3. Cole Brown no good. Rebounded by the Huskies, Wesley Miller. Wesley Miller gets it to Donovan Brown, and head coach Brett Rector says, we're going to go easy. Here comes the Huskies. They kick the ball here near side in front of us to Sam Key. Sam Key kicks it back out front to Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson over to Donovan Brown. Back to Sam Key. Good feed there from Donovan Brown to Sam Key to find a cover. 6:40 to go. 49-36 is your score. Here comes the Grizzlies. Trey Stump dribbles the ball left side. Gets the ball up. No good. Rebounded by the Huskies. Here comes the Huskies, number 11, Blake Fisher. Blake Fisher dribbles the ball into the front court. Gets it back out to Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown, a long 3. No good. Rebounded by Ethan Odell. Ethan Odell dribbles the ball into the front court. Kicks the ball left side to Isaiah Miner. Isaiah Miner puts the ball up. Good for Isaiah Miner. And we're going to get a timeout by head coach Brian Phipps, and that's going to be a 30-second. With your score 49-38, we'll be back in 30 seconds here on Lake Country 95.7. All right, here we go. Here's the Huskies bring the ball into the front court. They kick the ball over to Wesley Miller. Wesley Miller gets it out front here to Blake Fisher. The score 49-38. Huskies on top. Fourth quarter, 6 minutes to go on a turning clock. Huskies just really doing a weave out here. Gets the ball into Donovan Brown on the cut. Good cut there by Donovan Brown. He gets 2 points. Makes your score 51-38. Here comes the Grizzlies. Trey Stump gets the ball in the front court. Over left side to Jackson Morriston. Top of the key to Hannah. Hannah over to Cole Brown. Cole Brown all the way back over to Jackson Morriston, far side. Jackson dribbles ball into the foul line, kicks the ball back out to Trey Stump. No good. Rebounded by Sam Key of the Huskies. Hannah looks to steal the ball, but it's not there, as Donovan Brown's really slow dribbling the ball across the timeline here. Is the Huskies, Sam Key gets the ball, gets it kicked back out to Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson over to Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown out front here to Blake Fisher. Blake Fisher kicks it over to Riley Johnson. Johnson top of the key here to Miller. Doing a little weave, and that's that same cut that they did. That's the same play they did last time, and Landon Hannah said, you're not cutting through there, as they set that play up.
Yeah, they're running that wheel play, and I thought we almost got there too. I mean, you've got to drop down and redirect them so they're not just cutting where they want to go. But I thought Landon did a pretty good job right there.
Landon Hannah picks up his third foul as Donovan Brown sets an inbound the ball under his own bucket. Kicks the ball out to Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson 2-pointer up on the rim. Good for Riley Johnson. 53-38, 4:55 on the turning clock. Here comes the Grizzlies. Trey Stump kicks the ball over to Cole Brown. Over to Jackson Morriston. Jackson Morrison looks for a helper. He dribbles the ball in, all the way into the paint, and it's going to be a blocking foul on the Huskies as Jackson Morrison's going to earn a trip to the free throw line. As official tells him he wasn't even close, as Jackson did try to miss that. That's a great call.
Yeah, that was a good call. He turned his shoulders, and it was a great call.
4:44 to go on a stopped clock. 53-38 as Jackson's first free throw up and no good.
Free throw rebound. Hey, stack if you need it. Stack if you need it.
Grizzlies look to cut into this lead with 4:44 to go in the fourth quarter. Folks, reminder, stay tuned to the Mid-State Ford postgame show where we will have a Mid-State Ford player of the game. Jackson's second free throw up and no good. Rebounded by Sam Key of the Huskies. Sam Key gets it to Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown dribbles the ball across the timeline. Donovan Brown kicks it right side to Miller. Miller dribbles and does a carry. That's a carry if I see one. And I have Grizzlies off the line.
Yeah, that was a good call. That was a great call.
It's carrying a suitcase.
Yeah, Hoover's very disciplined though. They're taking their time offensively, running a lot of clock.
4:25, speaking of the clock, fourth quarter. Grizzlies get the ball in the front court to Cole Brown. Cole Brown slip screens it down to Ethan Odell. Ethan Odell up on the rim, no good. Rebounded by Sam Key. Sam Key gets it over to Donovan Brown. And Donovan Brown looks to get the ball up into the front court. And he does it very slowly. Donovan Brown kicks it near side in front of us to Sam Key. Sam Key kicks it over to Wesley Miller. Miller back to Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown being partly guided by Trey Stump. And then we get Blake Fisher gets the ball over here to Wesley Miller. Wesley Miller back out front to Riley Johnson. Long three by Riley Johnson. No good. Rebounded by Ethan Odell. Ethan Odell gets it to Stump. Stump dribbles left side, does a dipsy-do. All the way to the rim for Trey Stump. Up on the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Huskies. Here comes the Huskies, Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown dribbles into the paint. Comes back out as they're in no hurry. And we're going to get a timeout here by the Huskies head coach. Well, folks, we're going to stay right here with 30:33 to go. This is a full timeout.
Brad's very, very disciplined. They're going to run clock right here. He's going to tell them. They're going to start taking the air out of this a little bit. Up 15. They're not going to be in any hurry. They'll go ahead and spread us out. We're going to run the wheel. If they get a layup, they'll take it. If not, that's all they're going for. They're not going to shoot the basketball here except layups.
Yeah, 3:33 to go, fourth quarter. 53-38 is the score. Coach, I agree with you. They've been running that wheel, and it's always been on that right side for a right-handed layup. And I'm with you. They're probably going to not go to four corners by any means with 3:33 to go, but look for some weave action.
Unfortunately, we can't help a lot, and they've got guards. They've got to spread out, and all those guards can shoot the basketball. So if you leave them and kind of stop that backdoor cut and that wheel, it just leaves that shooter wide open, and he will go ahead and let him shoot that basketball. But I'll tell you, I think he's going to take the air out of it. He's going to run clock, and he's just going to keep running. He's telling his team that the clock is our friend right here.
Yeah, don't do anything crazy. Get yourself in a situation. Both teams with a plethora of timeouts left, so both can still call timeouts if they get in a situation where you need to. As the officials ask us if we're ready, and we're ready.
We're ready.
And
we're ready.
Here comes the Huskies. They inbound the ball to the aforementioned Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown dribbles top of the key. Isaiah Minor on him now as they get the ball over to Wesley Miller. The defense has tightened up for the Grizzlies as Miller drives in, kicks the ball back out to Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson here to Blake Fisher. Blake Fisher to Sam Key. There's that wheel going as they get the ball to Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson gets it over to Blake Fisher. Blake Fisher loses the ball. Good defense by Jackson Morrison. Is Donovan Brown there to pick it up, though, for the Huskies. Donovan Brown and Isaiah Minor going uno. As Isaiah Minor says, come on, let's go. And they do the weave. Here's the weave we start.
They're running clock.
Yeah, that weave all starts with Donovan Brown. Going to kick the ball back here to Wesley Miller. Wesley Miller with a back screen. And that's a good back screen there by the Huskies. 2:40 to go, 55-38 is your score. Grizzlies get the ball to Landon Hanna into the front court. Here's the Grizzlies getting the ball into Odell. Ethan Odell puts the ball up on the glass, and good 2 points for Ethan Odell as head coach Brian Phipps calls a 30-second timeout. And we're still going to stay right here, Coach. I like to hear what you got to say.
Right. I'll tell you, he's going to sit and try to figure out.
As the clock is still running.
Yeah. He's going to sit and try to figure out who to foul here, Brad, and who to put on the line, but there's nobody to foul. All 5 of those guys on the floor for Herbert Hoover can shoot the basketball. So pick the poison. I would definitely not foul Brown. I mean, he is 2, 4, 5, 6 for 7 in the second half. So I would not foul him.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stats here. Wesley Miller, a great free throw shooter, 81%. Riley Johnson at 75%. Donovan Brown at 70%. They all shoot very, very well. Sam King might be one of the ones you want to foul. He's not listed on here. So that being said, a new entry, as you mentioned, he's played the majority of the second half.
He's played a nice basketball game. Very solid. Very, very solid.
So 2:19 to go in the fourth quarter. 55-40 is your score. Going to be Husky ball as here's their full court press by the Grizzlies. This is a man-to-man full court press as you get a guy streaking down the court and they get the ball into Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson gets double teamed by the Grizzlies. Going to be a kick ball by Jackson Morriston. Reset the shot.
Yeah, absolutely. Reset it.
2:15 to go.
Watch for the run out here, Brad. We might see a run out right here. There's the run out. There's the curl. Good.
Riley Johnson gets the ball for the Huskies, gets it into the front court.
I'm going to try.
Going to get over to Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown now guarded by Cole Brown. 3 different defenders on Donovan Brown. As they get the ball to Wesley Miller. Wesley Miller out front here to Blake Fisher. Blake Fisher just dribbles as the Grizzlies really need to press up this defense. And they get the ball into Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown kicks it back out to Riley Johnson. He's very patient.
They are not going to shoot this basketball unless they get a layup.
1:45 to go on a turning clock. Donovan Brown dribbling against Isaiah Minor. Kicks it right side to Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson out front here, top of the key to Blake Fisher. Blake Fisher back to Donovan Brown. And you're going to get a foul on Isaiah Minor as coach. That's only the second foul on the Grizzlies in this fourth quarter.
That's been a clean ball game. Very clean.
Herbert Hoover gets the ball into the backcourt as Donovan Brown gets the ball, dribbles it back into the front court against Isaiah Minor. They get a steal by Landon Hanna. Here's Landon Hanna going coast to coast all the way up on the rim and good. Good steal there by Landon Hanna as that cuts the lead 55-42. Another timeout by head coach Brian Phipps and the Grizzlies. I like the way the effort's still there for the Grizzlies. 1:24 to go, fourth quarter. What do you do now, coach?
Great anticipation there by Landon. I think you got to make a foul now. I think you have to foul. You got to put them on the foul line, see if they can knock them down, make them earn it. But the energy, the effort is still there on this Grizzlies. I can't say enough about this Grizzly basketball team. They have fought hard tonight. They have fought hard. They just had a couple of hard runs there that they couldn't stop, but they're right there. I mean, you are that close. They can play with this basketball team, and I like the chances in the sections.
I like it too, coach, as I like the way their heart is. They don't ever give up, and they always play defense. That defense really, on the half-court game, they're really man-to-man. They're very little. They don't help one another, which, you don't help, so you don't lose your guy. If you lose your guy, it's difficult.
Yes, it is. And I'm telling you, when Herbert Hoover has those shooters out there and spreads you out, you can't help.
No.
I mean, you cannot help. But I'm telling you, Herbert Hoover is not going to shoot this basketball again until they get layups. We are going to have to put them on the line.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We've got 3 more fouls to give up before Herbert Hoover does get to the free throw line. Folks, at 5 fouls, now you get 2 free throws. It's not 1 and 1, an automatic 2 free throws.
Don't be surprised if we don't foul on the pass. We need to get some quick fouls.
Yeah, and I think you want to be careful fouling here. As you don't want to foul a whole. Yeah.
They're going to try to foul quickly. They've got to foul 2 or 3 times. So they're going to have to make these fouls quick.
That foul's on Cole Brown of the Grizzlies. That's 3 team fouls. It is now the Herbert Hoover Huskies look to inbound the ball, and you're going to get a timeout. Great defense there by the Grizzlies. Coach, that's another thing.
There's that fight, Brad. I mean, they're fighting.
So 1:15 to go. The clock's still running. As we don't know why the clock's running. The official's okay. So, Coach, let's set this up. The clock's still running at 59 seconds. Undoubtedly, it's a situation where it's not working, the button's not working. So, 55-42. Huskies just tried to inbound the ball, but they had to call a timeout. Now what?
Yeah, we're going to try to defend, and if they can't inbound the ball, that's what we want. However, if that ball comes in, we've got to foul immediately. We got, what, 2 more fouls to give, and then we put them on the line. So they're going to have to foul immediately, put them on the line, hope for the best at the foul line, and then do your job and rebound the basketball if it comes off the rim. And let's get down and score a quick bucket, and then we're going to have another timeout.
Yeah, folks, this is good learning experience, and I always say this is it means something preceding, but really it helps you get ready for sectional basketball.
Yeah, these kids work at the end of practice, every practice, on these situational things, and they're used to this. They know what they have to do. It's not unusual to put a minute on the clock and run it.
Different formation here for Herbert Hoover as they look to inbound this ball, and they get the ball into Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown gets the front court over to number 3, Key. Key gets it back to Donovan Brown, and they're looking to foul him. No one will call a foul, as they're going to get a reach-in foul here on Jackson Morrison. That'll be the 4th team foul on the Grizzlies.
I think Donovan just ran a marathon there, Brad.
Yeah, he's quick. 1:13 to go. Here's the Huskies, get the ball into, and they're going to get, I thought they were going to call a foul there, but really, Isaiah Minor really up in his grill. Good defense by Isaiah Minor. Kicks the ball over to number 5, Riley Johnson, and Riley Johnson is fouled by Cole Brown, and that will send Riley Johnson, a freshman, to the free throw line. I have Riley Johnson as a 75% free throw shooter. 1:04 to go, 4th quarter. 55-42 is your score.
They can all shoot it, can't they, Brad?
They can all shoot it as Herbert Hoover empties the lane. Is the first free throw for Riley Johnson, up and good. That extends at 56-42. Folks, once again, stay tuned to the Mid-State Ford postgame show here, where we're going to have a big John part of the game. Johnson's second free throw up and good, 57-42. Here comes the Grizzlies. Jackson Morrison into the front court. Gets it over to Trey Stump. Trey Stump on the baseline, puts the ball up, no good. Rebounded by the Huskies. It's going to be given back to Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown in the backcourt. Gets the ball over into the front court. It's going to be fouled by Trey Stump. As 50.9 seconds to go, we'll put Donovan Brown at the free throw line, where he's been very well tonight.
Yeah, he's shooting the basketball. Like I said, everybody can shoot on this basketball team from the foul line. So we're just taking a shot and trying to get the foul. And at some point we may call it off, but not yet.
Donovan Brown's first free throw up and good. 58-42, 50.9 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Donovan Brown, one more free throw, second one up and good. So that makes the score 59-42. Here comes the Grizzlies rolling the ball up. Trey Stump picks it up into the back front court. Kicks the ball over to Jackson Morrison to Landon Hanna. Landon Hanna drives baseline. Landon Hanna all the way up on the glass and rim. Good. 43.1 seconds to go. 59-42 is the score. Folks, we're going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back here on Lake Country 95.7. Then we're in the 4th quarter with 43 seconds to go. The Herbert Hoover Huskies lead the Grizzlies 59-44 in this important Region 3 Section 2 matchup. As Coach, the Grizzlies no give up in the fight.
No, not at all. Right? Hey, they're fighting. Coach Phipps has got to be quite proud of these kids, how hard they're fighting. And they're right there.
And I like this. You know, these are the learning experience. You teach your kids. And we talk about film. This is something good to watch on film, especially that wheel route that you call. This is going to be something really good to watch. And I don't have a feeling you're not going to see that a bunch in sectional play.
No, you're going to see it. You're going to see it.
Well, you'll see it, but hopefully we defend it a little bit better. But that being said, we got another lineup here as we're going to get another timeout by the Herbert Hoover coach, Brett Rector. Folks, he's going to take a full timeout with 23.1 seconds to go. The score is 59-44, and we're going to take a 30-second timeout here on Lake Country 95.7. Grizzly Den, where there's been a plethora of timeouts called here. 43.1 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. 59-44 is your score. Here's the Herbert Hoover Huskies look to inbound the ball. They do a bacon shake and gets it back to Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown dribbles the ball up into the backcourt, into the front court, given to Wesley Miller. Wesley Miller dribbles and going to kick it back out to Donovan Brown. Donovan Brown's going to be fouled by Isaiah Minor, and that will send Donovan Brown back to the free throw line. Donovan Brown, the game high scorer. Got a lot of free throws in the second half.
I got him for 30.
30 points. First free throw for Donovan Brown up and no good. 33 seconds to go. 59-44 is the score.
He is human, Brad. He missed.
Yeah. Donovan Brown's second free throw up and no good. Rebounded by Jackson Morrison. Jackson gets it up front to Trey Stump. Trey Stump dribbles, kicks the ball right side to Cole Brown. Cole Brown up on the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Grizzlies, Landon Hanna. And the ball goes out of bounds off of Hanna. Going to be Herbert Hoover basketball with 22.6 seconds to go. As the official wants the Herbert Hoover Husky player Miller to come closer. As the ball is inbounded on the baseline. Kick the ball out to number 5, Riley Johnson. As Cole Brown is going to get called on the foul for Riley Johnson. As that will put Riley Johnson at the free throw line with 21.2 seconds to go. And that will be the 5th foul on Cole Brown. As they get 15 seconds to enter a player, and Ethan Odell will be that player that will come in for Cole Brown. As they already shot the one free throw. Did they make that first free throw? They made the first free throw as they were subbing and having a free throw. I'm sorry, folks. Riley Johnson, first free throw up and good. The second one, no good. 19 seconds to go. Here's Trey Stump. Gets the ball in the front court. Long three for Trey Stump. Up on the rim, no good. Rebounded by Ethan Odell. Ethan Odell gets the ball up on the glass and good. 2 points for Ethan Odell. And we're going to get a timeout with 9 seconds to go. 60-46 is your score. And we're going to be back here in 30 seconds here on Lake Country 95.7. Into the Grizzly Den, where your score is 60-46. Herbert Hoover on top, as the Grizzlies are going to take the defeat here tonight, and the Huskies will get the win. Coach, that'll put the Grizzlies at 6-8 on the year, and the Huskies at 9-5. As the Huskies look to inbound the ball under the Grizzly basket. They get the ball into Donovan Brown, and you're going to get another foul on Isaiah Minor. Isaiah Minor with the foul. It's going to put Donovan Brown at the free throw line with 8 seconds to go for an opportunity for 2 more free throws to add to his scoring total.
Should be 5 on Isaiah.
That is 5 fouls on Isaiah Minor as he exits the game. The second Grizzly to foul out as Trey Brogan enters the game. First free throw up for Donovan Brown, up and good. That makes your score 61-46. Second free throw up and no good. 8 seconds to go. Here comes Trey Stump. Dribbles the ball into the front court. Going to put up a long three. Up on the rim, no good. Rattles out. Landon Hanna with the rebound. Up on the glass and good. That 2 points good for Hanna. 61-48 is your score. That's the end of the ball game here, where the Herbert Hoover Huskies take the win 61-48 over your Nicholas County Grizzlies. Folks, we're going to be back in 2 minutes here on the Mid-State Ford postgame show on Lake Country 95.7.